Hi Pisces, welcome to your April monthly tarot scope. I am Ordained. Thank you for coming back, or thank you for joining. Just did the Aquarius. Finished uploading it, etc. And I was like, okay, who am I doing now? So I mixed the cards and soon enough your card falls down. Page of Cups. I'm like, okay, Pisces. Then I walked around my apartment, ate, tried to meditate, and I was like, and then suddenly, you know what came to my mind? A stone, or should I say a meteor, that I received from my tarot teacher, say 12 years ago. It's called Moldavite. It's a meteor that landed in Eastern Europe. And this is a synergy of the meteor and Earth. It's called Moldavite. This was in space. This cool little thing. I don't know if you can see the beautiful green. It's a beautiful, beautiful green. Oh, wow. This stone has been to space. You have been to space, I feel like. I feel like if there is a zodiac, I hope you don't take this the wrong way. If there is a zodiac sign that is of aliens that take human form, whether you know it or not, it's Pisces. You are in this world and you are in another world. One of your biggest challenges is to find balance between your dualities. Because when people think Pisces, the first thing that comes to their mind is gentle, sensitive, artistic, intuitive, and all that is fair and true. First cards that falls, Page of Wands. I'll get to it. But what you are also is very, very strong. Can be very, very sharp. You can be when you're balanced, when you find your balance, Pisces, you're a magnetic creature. You have a beautiful, beautiful balance between leadership and strength, but also being sensitive and intuitive, and you know, you listen, you're a group person, you're a one-on-one person, and it's just this fascinating balance of polarities. But when you are not balanced, that's when things can get scary. That's when you're either like mania depressia, when you're either like really, really high up there and happy and cheerful, or you're really low and depressed, when you're either super sensitive and gentle or borderline harsh and violent. Not all of you, of course, but I'm talking about the extreme unbalanced Pisces. That can be scary. That operates only from the emotion, that suffers from anger attacks, rage. I'm really hoping that you're a balanced Pisces or somewhere in the middle. But yeah, those of you that are not balanced, you exist. And you need to know that about yourself. And not break the screen as I'm talking to you about it. Very few of you guys, not all of you. I'm going to get to the most of you, don't worry. But this is for those of you who are challenged with that polarity and hasn't found the balance and the expression of this harmony in you. It expresses itself really out there to society, and it can get dangerous both for you and for your environment. And even if it's not like dangerous, violent, I mean, you can be just, people don't know what to do around you, you know? But I don't feel like this reading is going to go to that direction. This was just something that I felt like was important for me to mention. There's also the psychotic Pisces. You guys, there's so many of you, so many different types of Pisces, because you're such a complex sign. You are from space and you are from Earth. And that is the beauty in you. And that is like what's so fascinating about you. There's also the psychotic, the type that that has taken his sensitivity, either got really, really hurt throughout their childhood or anything that triggered it, and they completely blocked the sensitivity, the empathy, and has grown cold ice, non-emotional actor of life that is extremely selfish. Worse than a narcissist. Someone that literally plays the room and people in their life, acting as if they're very sensitive, very emotional, very caring, but they're actually just about getting the attention and putting themselves up there, but they don't care. It's another type of Pisces. I'm only now kind of saying out loud different groups. Don't worry, we will get to the reading where you, somewhere in the middle Pisces / extremely balanced Pisces, you'll get your reading for the month. I care about you and I want to give you a reading, but this is important to mention. I don't know why, but I feel like someone out there is watching and it's important for them. Maybe there are cross watchers that are curious about a Pisces. Maybe you're in a relationship with a Pisces that sometimes acts amazing and sometimes scare the hell out of you because you don't understand where that polarity comes from or where did that monster came from. You're like, you're supposed to be a sensitive Pisces and you act like a sensitive Pisces and suddenly you're, don't kill me. This is the type that you probably should stay away from. Very few of you, beautiful, sweet Pisces, don't sit there and be like, why is she saying that about me? I'm not saying this about you. Someone else that it's relevant to them, that they need to hear it right now, okay? If you're not it, then you know you're not it. If you're it, you know you're it. Let's move on to the reading. I had Page of Wands and then the Knight of Wands. A lot of fire, a lot of an adventurous spirit, a lot of communication in a cheerful, lighthearted way with spirit and universe. Like, what's now? What's next? And soon enough, King of Swords. It's that voice of reason that tells you you need to not have so much fun. It could be either an inner voice, the self-restraint, or it can be someone in your environment, an older figure, someone with with authority over you. Could be a parent, could be a boss, could be just could be a mentor, anybody that has an effect on you, that's like trying to balance all that fire in you. And like, wait, hold on, breathe. For some of you, it's someone that just suppresses them, that prevents them from, expressing their creativity or joy or fun. For some of you, it's someone that you really, really need in your life to balance you, right? But let's see where this is leading, because first 3 cards, Pisces, 3 court cards. I have a page, I have a king, and I have a knight. And both of them are fire. One of them is swords, is air. Fire and air feed each other. Good. High Priestess in reverse. With all this fire and communication, someone kind of putting the hose on you and be like, chill. I feel like you want to talk, right? You want to say something. You want to reveal a secret or something that was left hidden, because you just want to be like, I just don't care and I just need to do this and that and that, and this is what my passion and my stomach is telling me to do. But either there's another inner voice in you or someone outside of you is like, no, wait, I would listen. Because the High Priestess in reverse, it's not a secret. It's not a secret that you want to reveal. It's also not the way you want that to happen. And it will bounce back at you. So I would kind of take a step back and think about it. Be the High Priestess upright, which is super wise and smart and patient and knows when to act and knows when to not act. Okay? And especially if I have the King of Swords here that can represent Libra, that speaks about balance and diplomacy and knowing when to say, knowing when to be quiet. These guys just want to talk. It could be people in your life, which you are, you know, the person who's like, wait, find yourself in the narrative. But please don't be the High Priestess in reverse. It's not a pleasant character. She is extremely devious and manipulative. She makes a very bad use of the knowledge that she has, of the deep knowledge that she has. Or he has, of course. It can be either he or she. It's just, it's an idea, right? And if those are coming up together, someone with a passion, with a desire, that makes a negative use of their influence, to get what they want. Don't be that person. And if you're not that person and you have that person in your life, let's see what we're going to do about it. Okay? Interesting reading. The Fool in reverse. Okay, you guys want to go out on an adventure that will not likely to end well. Because the Fool upright is like, even if you seem crazy to the outside world, you know what you're doing. This is a spiritual adventure, even if no one understands. You are listening, you are in tune, you are connected with source, you got it. Do it. Reverse, unaware, foolish, reckless, not from an intuition. This is going on a journey that seems crazy to everybody, but it's very truthful, very deep, very spiritual. Yes, yes, yes. This, someone who's completely not in tune, who is literally like unaware, is going on a very dangerous adventure that will most likely end badly. And there's this person in your life that tries to be like, don't, please don't. It could be an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Don't, not the time to put your foot on the gas from a place of intense emotion, all right, or of ego, or wanting to prove something. Your state of mind is not mature. It's not a mature state of mind. There's something that you're missing. You're looking at it reverse. You're looking at the situation. There's a situation that you're not assessing correctly, that is actually like this, beautiful and deep and spiritual and truthful and connected to source, that either you or someone else is looking at it like this, from a wrong point of view, from a selfish, childhood point of view. I hope it's not you, but it could be you. In that case, trust me, you will regret it if you don't listen. I'm rarely so like, it's like I'm getting a very clear message for you guys, Pisces. Pisces, I love Pisces. My grandfather is a Pisces. My grandmother is a Pisces on my mother's side. Such gentle, sweet, beautiful souls. But something is going on with you, Pisces, right now. With, you know, spring coming, fire coming. You want to like tap into your assertive, aggressive leader type of side where you get the last word, and it won't do you good at all. Please have patience, breathe, be smart rather than right. And in this case, there's a good chance you're not right. If your intuition is off, your sense of adventure and over sense of security is a little over the top. What you up to, Pisces? Listen to the King of Swords. Okay, listen to the voice of reason. I'm not the first advocate for the voice of reason. If you listen to my Capricorn reading and my just now my Aquarius reading, like many readings, I'm like, you have to walk the path of the heart, listen to your intuition, listen to your heart. It's different scenarios. In this case, whatever's going on with you, your passion is taking the best of you. Okay, some of you, but let's see what else. What else for Pisces for the month of April? Welcome to your monthly reading for April, by the way. I don't even know if I said that. Oh, well, okay. Pisces. Four of Cups. Yeah, all this energy and whatever it is that you're up to comes from a sense of insecurity, from doubts, from not being sure if you're seeing things correctly, if you have control over the path, if you still know what you're doing as much as you thought you were. Use the positive expression of the card. That means meditating and going inward and putting your ego aside and kind of balancing your emotions and try to think from there. Okay? Not from the ego, not from the wanting to prove something to anybody or to tell someone what you think or put them in their place. Just slow down. You'll need to slow down. Interesting. Okay. Let's keep going. Okay, another card. Three of Wands. It's a great card. If a second ago we were a little bit lost on our path, there is guidance. There are people around you that can help lead you back to the path, to your path. Think of honor and respect and respect for the other, okay? For the other person's path, okay? You can't be in control over this. It's not meant to be under your control. There's like a strong sense of needing to be in control of the freedom, which is, it's ironic, right? To be in control of people's freedom, then you're kind of canceling the whole essence of freedom, right? Maybe someone is doing this to you. If you're the other side and you feel like someone else is doing this to you, so, you know, but I can't keep saying this or that. I have to stick to one narrative. So in this narrative, you're kind of a little bit, you know, jumping ahead of yourself, wanting to communicate things that you shouldn't communicate. You need to take it a little bit easier. And it comes from a place of maybe insecurity or the need to control. But you have to operate from a place of freedom, not just of your own, but also of others. Right? This individual here is very free, but their freedom doesn't come on the expense of someone else's freedom. Does that make sense? Like, they communicate with the birds and they fly together, but they're not forcing the birds to fly with them. You can't force a bird. I mean, come on. It's a bird. And it's not a bad thing. That doesn't, you're trying to ride the bird. You're listening to the birds. You're like, what are the birds saying? What are they doing? I need to control them. I need to be the one who's flying on top of them, and not them just being free and happy on a tree. I'm like, I want to listen to this. I want to know what's going on. I want to control. I want to ride this. As opposed to this individual that is just, you know, standing up. This is the advice. Reach your hand and allow the bird to either land on it or fly from it. Either way, it's fine. Right? Because you're trying to control the wand, you will lose the wand. The wand has a life of its own. It's fire. These individuals around you that you're trying to control, the birds, this is a very positive card. They're fine. Don't try to ride on top of them. I hope this resonates because I'm getting a very specific narrative here. Also, some of you are getting many messages or sending messages. A lot of information going back and forth. Some of it is very productive, but I feel like there's also, because I have the High Priestess in reverse, I feel like there's maybe like not necessarily good communication. Maybe it could be gossip or, you know, the evil eye, like too much talking, either on you or you are part of talking about someone else. Maybe you're talking about the people or the person that you're trying to control. Maybe someone is doing this to you. Again, be in stillness, be in silence. Be the High Priestess upright, not the High Priestess in reverse. If this is an individual that you're trying to control and do this to her, you can't control the High Priestess. You're not supposed to. That's why she's the High Priestess. She's the strongest goddess and queen and sorceress in the Greek mythology and all mythologies, basically, because she rules the realm of the dead and the realm of the living. All the knowledge, the good, the bad, and everything that is in between. You're not meant to control her. You can try to listen to her guidance or advice, but if you try to ride her freedom and do this, this is someone that karma is on their side, that spirit is on their side. If they're like this, it's because they choose to, but you can't do that to them, right? And if you do that to them somehow, this will really come back at you and bite you in the booty. Ugh. I really hope this resonates with you guys. Please let me know, comment, let me know the narrative, because I'm curious. I'm just really curious. But this is very advice oriented. This is telling you. Okay. What else, cards, can I tell my dear Pisces? What else can I tell my dear Pisces? Oh, okay. 3 cards fell. Those will be the last cards. And then I will go to clarifiers and bottom of the deck. That will be the extended part. If we'll have more time, I will do a new shuffle depending on how it feels. And we will finish up with a rune for the month of April for you. We'll explain what a rune means if you don't know. Anyway, the cards that fell. Oh, okay, great. Wonderful. 10 of Swords. I feel like it should be the other way around. Start with the Lovers. That's how it fell. Lovers, and then the Hierophant. Again, someone is trying to control someone else. What is going on, Pisces? Are you the controller, or you are the one being controlled? And the 10 of Swords. I want you to take a look at this. I'm gonna tilt the camera down. All right, can you see? Let's do this. So, everything I've said thus far. Now we have the Lovers. Things are getting serious. The Lovers, the Hierophant, the 10 of Swords. I should go with my intuition the way it was in the beginning. You see this King of Swords here? Here is fallen. The King is down. Swords in his back. I don't know if someone is being betrayed, having swords in their back. If this is the good guy that was trying to help you out, or maybe it's you trying to help someone out to ease it, I hope he's not going down. I don't, because this is like a king goes down and another one emerges. I don't know if someone loses their position and then someone else takes over. I don't know if maybe there's a separate narrative. Okay, I got it. I know how it is. First narrative, the narrative where I feel like the 10 of Swords needs to be under the King of Swords. One king is down, makes room for a new king. This king was on the side of intuition, of strong femininity, of divine femininity, the divine feminine, of ancient knowledge, of freedom of the self. But someone didn't like it. You know, their point of view that supports that is down. And what rises? The Hierophant. Now, usually the Hierophant is a wonderful card of intuition and guidance and leadership and wisdom an authority, but in a just way. Like this is the good judge, or this is the teacher, or the priest, you know, but someone very positive. But in this context where I have the divine feminine, the high priestess, reversed, almost like a witch hunt. And who did the witch hunt? The church. And look at, specifically in this deck, the Hierophant is holding a whip, and he has all the structures and the dogma behind him that he rules. He is dogma. His face is a square, right? This is how it is. This is how it should be. And he's controlling the earth and the moon, the elements, the freedom of nature. Whoever is expressing themselves freely, that this type of leader, or almost unfortunately could be a dictator type. Now, I don't want to go to the extent of a dictator, but you know how it is in organizations and workplaces. There's always the danger of the abuse of power. And in here, I see an abuse of power. Unfortunately, just because of the context, where the person was that was, you know, the voice of reason, is down here, and the voice of intuition and spiritual guidance and you know, Mother Nature and ancient wisdom is up. You see it upright, but I see it in reverse. In comparison to this Hierophant upright, it still won't work, because some things you just can't control again. So you can see here, they rise. No matter what you try to do, no matter how you try to control or someone else, no matter how someone else tries to control you, your freedom, or you trying to control their freedom, the truth will prevail. The real essence of the Hierophant, the wise leader, the wise guidance, the truth teller, but the real truth, not the dogmatic truth, the rules, the black and the white, but the spiritual truth, the essence. This is like Romeo. This is like the story of Romeo and Juliet. You know, the lovers that their families won't accept them, or something like that. So there are two narratives here. One narrative, they prevail. True freedom prevails, with sacrifices along the way. Or they prevail after the ending of a dogmatic point of view. Maybe these individuals are actually supporting the freedom, and this is the one who's trying to suppress, and this one is down. And now the truth, the truthful, positive aspect of the Hierophant comes out. It ends, either way, it ends with the lovers. It ends with truth prevail, with essence prevail, with things are okay and as they should be, because this is destiny, this is path, this is not something that can be controlled. This is something that is guided by spirit, by the universal consciousness, by destiny, however you feel like you want to call it. This is part of the spiritual evolution of humanity. We all have a part in it. So there are people in this narrative that they have a part in this evolution. So no matter what someone will try to do, they won't be suppressed. And if you'll try to do that, you will fall. But if you won't, you will stay rising. Okay? Now the other option, remember when I did this? Whoever tries to hurt the truth, the path of truth and of freedom and of wisdom upright, of freedom upright, will be down. So either way, no matter how we play with the puzzle, this is like if we take, because in the tarot deck, the High Priestess and the Hierophant I like the ideal couple. Why? Because she represents the wisdom of the unknown, of the spiritual, of the paganism, of the elements, of nature. And the Hierophant represents the wisdom of the authority, of the structure, of the modern civilization. When they're both in the upright, communicating, in harmony, and in balance, that's where our society wins the best of all worlds. Okay? It's only when it's like this that I'm really, really scared, because this comes together. This represents the church that burned healers and midwives on the stake and hung them for being independent or being healers or, or being energy workers. This is scary. This is inspiring. But because of the way things end up, what's right will be right. Okay? So wherever you're at on this narrative, if you are one of the people who represent the freedom of truth and of spirit and of essence and of love, then you will be okay. But if you are someone who tries to control it, is jealous of it, trying to suppress it, feels threatened by it instead of joining in and enjoying it, and even being proud of it, then you will be down. Make a choice. Are you remaining on your throne, or are you down? Because this spirit will do. There are no people here who are backstabbers. Everybody here is very positive. Spirit will do that. It's like, no, don't mess with what I have in mind. All right? Bottom of the deck, of course, you. Page of Cups. The Magician. Upright, yay. Six of Swords. Knight of Cups. Yeah, there's a lot going on here, but we can't go all the way into this. Okay. So, Page of Cups is also Pisces. All of this, I feel like the selfish aspect of the Pisces, if you are one of the antagonists, is done this month. There's wisdom that arises throughout April, hopefully, if you listen to reason. An opportunity to use the positive aspect of your spiritual knowledge and abilities and join, because the Magician and the High Priest are very similar. They both mastered the elements. They control the elements in a way that allows them to manifest reality. He does it externally, she does it internally. They work together. It's beautiful. So there's an opportunity to, instead of being against, being with, right? And finding the beauty of the guidance of spirit and joining the boat instead of trying to be on a different boat. Instead of trying to ride the bird, you join the bird. Or someone is joining you and even helping you out through it. Because there's a realization, there's an end of the chronology. I'm sorry, sometimes words in English gets messed up. There's an ending to that story of, hanging the witch in the middle in the square. It's over. Now it's Merlin taking Morgane Le Fay to Avalon. She's no longer persecuted. She's going to her, and look, beautifully enough, the cards that follow is the Knight of Cups, and it's like the same, this is Avalon. It's like the same, Avalon is the island of apples from the mythical story of King Arthur and his knights, and the Knights of the Round Table. Morgane Le Fay was his sister. She was also Lady of the Lake, the High Priestess. she represents the High Priestess, Persephone, or Game of Faith, same characters, same notion. The sorcerer slash healers that is being persecuted. But in here, she's taken to a safe place. So I enjoy seeing this happy ending of a complex story. So if you are the persecuted, you will find your haven and you will feel at home and you will have people to support you and kind of take you there with ease, and that will trust your knowledge and that will trust your guidance, and they won't look at you as odd, they will look at you as inspiring. Or you will join the ride and you will change your mind and you won't try to control or take over, but you will be like, okay, this is maybe not bad, but actually good. Let's join this. Great. Great. I love when our narratives are magical. And remind us of time of, of old. Pretty readings. I like that. Of course you'll get a magical reading, Pisces. Magical. I'm still not sure why I chose to share Moldavite with you. Maybe because it reminds me of you, like I said in the beginning. But maybe some of you need it because it's a very strong spiritual guide. But only if you are balanced. If you're not balanced, you won't be able to handle its energy. If you are balanced, it will really, really help you tap even deeper to source. Okay, so you can buy it. It's not as cheap as other stones, but it's also not the most expensive, and you can find it in stores, like where you, with crystals and New Age and stuff like that. Is there something here I'm supposed to clarify? Is there anything else I need to tell Pisces before I move to your monthly rune? Like my feathers? Works well with the bird stories. Feathers! God, I hope I'm not the bird that there's a Pisces that tries to love me. Okay. Anything else to conclude? I feel like I need to give you work advice that is strictly work oriented. I'm going to take all the cards back. Beautiful pack of stuff. And I'll put it back in the deck. I'll make a new shuffle. Pisces who need career guidance, specifically career practical guidance for the month of April. Too many cards. Let's hope for like 3. Practical guidance for 1 fell. I'm waiting for 2 more and then I'll open it. Career guidance. Another 1 fell. Reverse. Okay. Let the 3rd one fall as well. Career practical guidance for Pisces for the month of April, please. For Pisces for the month of April. 1 more. Or 2 more, whatever you think. No, not 10. Don't force it. I hope you guys can hear me well. Sometimes the sound... Oh, so okay. I'm going to show you what fell. So I have Page of Wands, 5 of Cups in reverse, the surprise element, 2 of Pentacles. Okay. Advice is such. It's very similar to the reading, so I see that it has to do with it. Take the kind, practical approach. That's for some of you. I'm going to give you another narrative. First narrative. Take the kind, practical approach, not the gossip approach. You see this guy listening to the birds, caring about what they're saying? This guy, on the other hand, is juggling things. It seems more complicated. Here, it's more fun to take the easy road of just listening to what others have to say. But here, he's actually juggling practical ways of thinking. And he's focused on not what's around him, but what's right in front of him. And the real advice in the center is Five of Cups in reverse, meaning to not look at things from the negative point of view of what it is that you have to lose, what it is that falls down, rather what it is that is positive and that you can earn from whatever it is you have a dilemma regarding. Okay, so positive approach rather than negative approach. Focused, kind, inner approach rather than outside, satisfying the outside voices. It's one narrative. The other narrative, if you are thinking about going away for a work endeavor or expanding, career-oriented, there is potential, there is positive approach, but I feel like it will manifest more towards the end of the year, around December, around Sagittarius season. Yeah. 9 months before you should go out there. Some things need to be balanced first. The elements the recipe isn't quite ready. There's still a little bit of confusion. I need to go inward and, examine the situation. Too much stuff are going on right now. Too many things. The wheel is still turning. Wait for the proper timing. There's divine timing in here. I have 3 nines. 9, 9, 9 with the Wheel of Fortune. This is not the right timing. Wait for it for the end of the year, for December. Then it will be very fruitful and productive, and you'll have new knowledge that will allow you to do it right. Okay? Great. I feel like that's an important message that some of you had to receive. All right. Now let's go to the finale. Runes. Celtic, Nordic, of the Druids, of Merlin and Morgana Le Fay. They read them. Cool. Letters, sigils, a very ancient divination tool, way more than the tarot, more ancient, different, more practical, earth, pagan-oriented. And I am asking for a guiding rune for the month of April for my Pisces. For Pisces for the month of April. Don't stress me out. I'm focusing and I'll choose the right one. Ehwas in reverse, which isn't so bad because in the upright and in reverse it signifies a journey. It could be an inner journey or an outside journey. It could be both, which makes sense with the reading because we've expressed both the element of an inner journey of change and growth, but also business-oriented wise, the potential of a business journey. Okay. The rune of the horse, of the protection, but it's the one who is righteous that will be protected. Not righteous is not the right word. It's the one that is spiritually guided that will be protected. Okay? So if you're dabbling with energies and protection and such, know that karma is in its work and justice will be done. Like, whoever needs to be okay will be okay. Whoever doesn't need to be okay won't be okay. Just be on the side of the good guys. You know the story. I can equivalent it to the Death card you know, leaving the past behind and going to the new. But this is not as dramatic changes as the Death card. This is more so an inner process of growth to find balance within yourself. It could be balancing between the divine feminine and the divine masculine within you, which will allow you, which thus will allow you to unite with your divine partner that is outside of you. Okay, first we need to find balance within ourselves in order for us to have balance with someone else. True balance. See, there's equality. It also speaks of partnership, but very balanced partnership. But because it came in reverse, and with this rune, there's not much to worry about when it's in reverse. It's only saying that you're a little bit off your path. You need a little bit of a push to go back. If you're the antagonist of the story earlier, then you need that push to not be on the wrong side that tries to mess things up for the spirit, for the path that the spirit chose. Go back there. And if you are on the good side and someone is trying to antagonize you, then know that it's temporary and the wheel will turn and all will be well. Okay? I hope that was clear. I really want to hear your input. So tell me how you felt. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching and liking and commenting. I read all your comments. I read all of them. Happy April, and I will see you in May. Bye, Pisces.